Yeah, I mean, I guess as a formula, I wanted to be as valuable as I could. So practicing all 10 of them, was valuable to me. I think that if I had to choose one side, I would choose the interactions with others. And I would say that build those into your characters because, not everybody is independent. Not everybody wants to be independent and objective. And people can exist in their lives and, not being independent and objective. Not everybody wants to be thorough or diligent. It's just too much work. And I think that in a sense, you could say that there's a place for everybody, but you could still focus on your interactions and you could still build the great relationships through the interactions. So I think when it comes to the way that we work or our competence, that's really the challenge of a lifetime for some people. But for others, they're like, no, I know enough. I've learned enough. I'm okay with that. But for me, those 5 elements of diligence, independence, objectivity, thoroughness, and continually improve is something that I've embraced. And I challenge anybody else that wants to build that to embrace it too. I think that one of my first jobs when I got out of high school, my father called a friend of his and said, hey, my son's looking for a job. You got a job at your factory. And so this was in Ohio. And I went to the factory and there was 4 other guys and we were all applying at the same time. And they said, well, the boss came in and he said, well, the way this works is you're going to work temporarily for 30 days. And if we like it, we're going to offer you a full-time job. If we like you and you like it. So this one guy and I were, we got to know each other. And the night before the decision date, he said to me, what do you think? And I was like, man, I hope they don't offer me a job. This job is boring as hell. And I'm just sitting there working on a production line and I'm thinking all the time. And, I just want so much more out of my life than this. And I said, what about you? And I never even really thought about that he would think differently than that. And he says, I really hope I get this job. And I was like, why? I want to be free of this. And he said, look, I like it. I know what I'm doing every day. I've learned, my job. I go home to my wife and kids and I don't have to think about work. And this is what I want. And sure enough, the next day they let me go and they kept him. And what I learned from that interaction is that there's a place for everybody and everybody has different goals. And just because someone's made that choice to say, no, I'm not striving for this or that. Nope, I want it this way. It gave me a new respect. And then later I became a supervisor at Pepsi when I graduated from university. And I could see the workers in the factory and I remembered what I had experienced with that guy. And so I respected them for that choice. And I didn't expect that they're going to be continually improving. Of course, they have to do a certain amount of stuff to keep themselves doing a good job at work. But generally, I had a respect for them. And so I think that made me a better manager because I didn't expect that everybody was going to do it the way I was doing it.
If this culture clip helped you, hit that like button below and we'll see you in the next clip.